This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Call Loyam, La Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Thumb, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and sincerity, and risking their lives and the freedom to do so. Shalom to the Akwat and the Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willingly, this is an edifying lesson. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of the other nations, appearing like the other nations, but who subscribe to this truth. To you, we say Shalom. This is the brother Yahweh Sop out of the GMS Cleveland Church, a fellow servant, coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And I want to do a quick lesson on an article I got off a news break. It shouldn't be the long. Just showing you the times we in. That's why I brought up that second Ezra, because those uproars of the people are these different protests, these different, like these Black Lives Matter and the Antifa and all these different Proud Boys and all these, and a lot of those groups are actually combining and joining, like joining together. So you know what I mean. But besides that, you see, the article caught my attention because it says 115 inmates take over the section of downtown St. Louis jail. So that's an insurrection. That's an uproar. And when you go into insurrections, they're usually violent. So it says NBC News yesterday, a corrections officer was injured and inmates broke windows and set a small fire at the facility. Mayor Linda Crewson's spokesman said Saturday. It says more than 100 inmates took over a section of the City Justice Center in downtown St. Louis, injuring a corrections officer. Injuring the corrections officer at the facility, officials said. And you know what? Like, people would probably think that's demonic, but it's not. You know what I mean? Like, when you got the understanding of the Lord, you know, well, Salaki, when you understand the Lord and you know, like, people think that Satan do everything, but it's ultimately the Most High is doing these things. It tells you in Scripture that the Lord sends out judgments every day. You know what I mean? So when somebody dies, you know what I mean, and there's been a whole bunch of, there's been things going on ever since this coronavirus shit started, because these demons already knew that this was going. I mean, you got people that's committing suicide just because their life has dramatically changed, that they not even reporting about. Why do you think people is on these opioids more heavily? And they letting a lot of drug cases, you know what I mean? Like when they locked everything down, they were only actually incarcerating people for very serious crimes. So you can get caught with a certain amount of drugs and they was actually like not even like letting you go. You know what I mean? Like, so this is all chaos by design. So yeah, I found it. I mean, that's the spirit of the Lord though. The Lord said he was going to laugh at you people. You know what I mean? When your fear cometh. So that fucking officer that got hurt, and the Lord ain't gonna laugh at you. He gonna use the men that's actually bringing out his word. The scriptures tell you that. The Lord spoke through the mouth of his prophets. So, you know what I mean? But anyhow, back into the article, it says, the incident began Saturday. I read that part. It says police and firefighters were at the scene and closed the area surrounding the building according to NBC affiliate KSDK. The group of about 115 prisoners threw items out of the broken windows and started a small fire inside the jail. Long said he told KSDK that it was a very dangerous disturbance. Chairs and other items were scattered across the street, and at least one car has shattered windshield. Damn. Nah, how they do that? Well, they was just probably flinging shit out the window. The outlet reported several of the inmates were seen holding signs and chanting. A male corrections officer was injured during the incident and taken to the hospital in unknown conditions. As of Friday, there were 633 inmates at the Justice Center. Police told KSDK that all of the inmates are secured inside the building. So, it says this is a developing story. So, it looked like this is another one under the Chicago Tribune. It's probably the same. Oh, Khan, and that's the spirit. Because, like I said, I only had one more other scripture, and this article looks more detailed because it's telling you why they did what they did. It says inmates at St. Louis jail set fires and break out windows, angered over COVID-19 restrictions. There we go again with this C-19 shit. You see how this C-19 was the catalyst for so much different shit? That's Anyhow. It says St. Louis inmates at the St. Louis jail set fires caused flooding, broke out fourth floor windows, and tossed a stationary bike, chairs, and mattresses outside Saturday in the latest disturbance over concerns about the coronavirus pandemic and restrictions that have limited visits. So yeah, right. So basically, because people don't take the time to consider any of that, you got people because, like I said, like if you on probation or parole, a lot of POs are not even meeting you face to face. Everybody's using like video conferences, or you know what I mean, like I work with a guy that's on papers right now, and he calls his PO, but like I said, and his parole officer, you know what I mean, so they're not physically showing up. So you got inmates that are not seeing their loved ones, you know what I mean. So just that little thing alone, yeah, will have you angry. Let me see what else. That's pretty much it. Talking about they said Long didn't have a cost estimate for the damage, which described it as fairly extensive. So if they flooded the floors, clogged the toilets, clogged the drains, so there is water damage. Now, I'm not sure if they saying that basically, because you got, a group of men in corrections that actually deal with when prisoners riot and whatnot. You know what I mean? Usually they call, I forgot what they call, but we call them because they usually wear like tactical shit. Like in our county, they call them the men in black. You know what I mean? So. But when and what contrary to what people don't understand and know, like in jail they had guns. You know what I mean? They got rubber bullets. They got what I mean. So I mean I don't know if they like stopped this or whatnot because it said it was a developing story. So, but they saying that you see that they saying that literally the prisoners are in a secured position or some shit like that. It says the issue that played a role in the mayhem was a locking problem that allows inmates to free themselves from their cells by tampering with the lock, said Jimmy Edwards, the city's director of public. That's showing you how old the jail system is, because because like I said, like in our county, you can't. It's like usually like individual cells. You know what I mean? Like I mean, you've probably seen some of the movies, some old movies where they lock all the cells with like one button, but I think our shit is different because like I said, they literally got to like each cell is individually I think on a septic circuit or something like that. So I don't think that's probably why so many of them got out, because like I said, they probably got old technology, you know what I mean? Like if all the cells is on the same circuit, then yeah, I can see that's why they probably use one method on it, or it's a little trick to actually be able to open the doors. But our county is not like that. It's like each cell is on a separate circuit. Salakia, for that was long-winded. It says Long said 65 inmates were transferred from the downtown jail into the St. Louis Medium Security Institution, also known as the Workhouse. He also, yeah, right. So workhouse is like, we had a workhouse, no longer. They tore it down. So like that was like one like that's probably an old facility, put it like that. He also said that law enforcement has talked to the prosecutor's office and that the potential exists that some of those involved could face additional charges. So yeah, they must have stopped it. You know what I mean? And secured all the inmates. But at the same time, that's just showing you something. Like I said, like the brother was just we was in Chicago the other day, and the brother was just talking about one of the brothers was just talking about how it's actually a video on YouTube where an Edomite got into it with two other Edomites, a female and a guy, and basically he shot them in cold blood, but did turned around and went and got a machine gun all over a shoveling and a snow dispute. Then the brothers breaking out an account about recent news where a guy literally went into a restaurant, nobody had their face masks on. And well, he said a guy basically shot another guy because he was like, the bitch kept on talking about the face mask. So I think he shot her. Then he was like, it's a guy that literally went into a establishment and nobody had face masks on, so he came back and shot all them. So like I said again, this C-19 is literally a catalyst for for like the change that these people are trying to enact. You know what I mean? Because with this whole thing, this whole wearing of masks, these mask mandates, and the mandation of taking these vaccines, you know what I'm saying? That's actually just like basically like control. You know what I mean? They telling you to do. They telling grown people they got to stay in the house. You got a curfew. Then I was laughing at the fact is at my job, dude was like, "Oh yeah, they extended the curfew. Now we can stay out to 11." And it's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go out this weekend." And I'm looking at this nigga like, "Nigga, you a grown ass man talking about you." It's just funny to me, you know what I'm saying? Yet still though in Atlanta, they still kicking it to 2 and 3 and 4 in the morning. Anyhow, so like I said, what's gonna happen is you got a lot of people because take time to think about that. It was already some underlying things for you to flip out about a mask. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just show you why these people probably gonna get away with a lot of. Well, they're not gonna get away with it because this is the will of the Lord. You know what I mean? This is gonna actually like push further prophecy. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you got a lot of silly ass people out here, and that's probably why a lot of these tactics, these devices, Scripture tells you in 2 Corinthians that we are not ignorant of his devices. Who is that? The men of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's following these laws, statutes, and commandments, and doing the will and the work of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. These other people, I mean, you got people literally, they talking about wear 2 masks. It's bad enough wearing the first mask. They talk about that you got to wear 2 masks, and you got dumbass people that's actually going to do that. So, like I said, point being is that literally, what I'm saying, like people are getting fed up. Like they took over a whole prison. Shit, but people forget about it. It was a whole prison riot during the first lockdown. Woe to the world and them that dwell with Salakia. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, evading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And that's a perfect example of them not regarding their kings and the princes, you know what I mean? Disregarding the authority figures. They took over their jail. And sedition means, like I say, it's an uproar, it's a protest, and usually it's violent. As you can see, they were causing violence by throwing shit. I mean, like I said, they injured the CEO. So with that, Lord willing, this was some edification. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to call Lawyam, La Yahweh, Ba Hashem Yahushai, Ba Hashem, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the 4 corners of the earth, pushing his truth with faith and sincerity and risking their lives and their freedom to do so. Shalom to the Akwath and the Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willingly, this is an edifying video. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of the other nations, appearing like the other nations, but subscribing to this truth. To you, I say shalom. Until next time, Lord willingly, shalom, shalom, and muhat, lababah, shalom.